George Springer has found that World Series MVP magic with the Toronto Blue Jays. He is having the best season of his Jays career since they acquired him from the Houston Astros. It has been impressive to watch, and he was the main reason why the Blue Jays won yesterday against Max Fried and the New York Yankees. They're looking to officially win the four-game series today. First pitch is just after 7 p.m. Eastern, but the Blue Jays have been playing some great baseball, and George Springer has been the catalyst of it all. So we'll break it down and much more coming up on this episode of 3 Up, 3 Down. Welcome in, everybody, to 3 Up, 3 Down. I'm your host, Peter Vryonis, and hopefully all you Canadians out there enjoyed Canada Day, took the time off, and spent it with the family. But yesterday's baseball game between the Jays and the Yankees was box office. I haven't heard the Rogers Center that loud in a very long time, and just a great atmosphere overall. And the roof was already open, in fairness, but if it wasn't open, I'm sure it would have came off the place after that George Springer Grand Slam. Before we get into the video, though, make sure to hit that subscribe button because a large percentage of you who are watching these videos aren't subbed to the channel, about 97%. So if you guys could go ahead and do that for me, it would mean the world. We're close to my goal of 3,000 subs, and the support has been unbelievable. But let's not waste any time. Let's go to that Grand Slam. And yeah, Keegan Matheson, Blue Jays reporter for MLB.com, confirming that this is the loudest he's heard the Rogers Center in a long, long time. Now, granted, the Toronto Blue Jays have had a couple of disappointing seasons here. Now, the regular seasons haven't been all that bad, but then you combine the playoff failures with that and sort of the lackluster offense that we've seen over the past couple of seasons, you could understand why the Rogers Center wouldn't necessarily be a destination that fans want to visit or want to pack to the brim on a nightly basis. But now that the Jays are playing good baseball, and not only good baseball, exciting baseball, the fans are showing up, and they're showing up in droves, and you could see right there, packed, a sea of red for Canada Day, and the place just erupted when George Springer made the ball game 9-4 for the Blue Jays, put it out of reach with that grand slam off of Luke Weaver, the best reliever that the New York Yankees have to offer. So Springer has been having a resurgent year, and let's just take a look at his line from yesterday. 3 for 4, 2 home runs, 7 RBIs, 2 runs. Is that good? You tell me. I think that's pretty damn good. And we take a look at his overall stats for the season. I mean, they're better than his career numbers overall. And the WAR might be a little bit low for some of you out there, but that's because the defense and the base running are not exactly where they used to be. And that's normal. He's 35 years old, going to be 36 by the end of the season. So we're not expecting him to be the same player that he was when he was 30 or 31 when he first came over to the Jays. But right now, he is rediscovering himself. He is showing the world a new version of George Springer, and that version is a one that mashes and chases power and helps out this lineup that desperately needs that. So George Springer, not the same player that he once was. I don't think he's going to live up to that contract, but the production that he is giving to the Blue Jays right now is forcing them into a decision. Now, if you were to ask them a year ago if they could unload George Springer's contract, they would have said absolutely, 100%. He's been a good soldier, but he's no longer the player that we need him to be. So, yes, if a team is willing to take him on, we are going to unload that contract. But if you were to ask them now, in the middle of a pennant race where they are playing good baseball and George Springer is, if not a big part of that, the largest part of the team right now, the answer is going to be simple. The answer is going to be no, that we are not trading George Springer. He is very important to what we're trying to do here. And I tried to dive deep and find the reason as to why this success has been going on. Now, just based off the eye test, George Springer is chasing a lot more power, and and that's due to the fact that he's not leading off anymore. He was leading off for the majority of his Blue Jays career, and that was great at the start of it. But he's no longer that player that is going to steal 30 bases for you or 20 bases and set the table for you at the top of the order with big time thump in his bat. I just don't think he's that kind of player anymore. But now, hitting second like he did yesterday or hitting fifth like he has been for the majority of the season, he's allowed to chase one specific pitch, whether it's the fastball that he likes to hit, whether it's the off-speed stuff. So he's selling out for a lot more power, and the bat speed has been in question over the past couple of seasons for George Springer. It's been, can he catch up to the fastball? Does he have to sell out on one specific pitch in order to get the most out of himself? And I don't think that's the case. I still think the bat speed is there. What has really clicked, though, for Springer and the Blue Jays is this right here. You could see that till this point in the season, he has played more games as the DH than he has as the right fielder. Now, he filled in at center field at times with Dalton Varsho out, left field every now and then. But for the most part of the season, George Springer has been DHing. And I think that is where he is at his best. And you could see that 10 of his 13 home runs on the season have come when he has been DHing. And he's got the best OPS with a big sample size in that stretch. So he's still hitting well as a right fielder, don't get me wrong, but the power is more apparent when he is DHing and when he's able to chase more power. So ultimately, I think that's what the key is. The Blue Jays need to keep sheltering him. Even when Anthony Santander comes back, I think George Springer needs to be a DH and needs to be in that spot that allows him to flourish just that much more. So it's been a lot of fun to watch. Yesterday's game was arguably the most fun that I've had as a Blue Jay fan over the past couple of years. It's not hard. It's a pretty low bar, but the electricity in the building yesterday, you could hear it through the TV, and George Springer just amplified it tenfold when he hit that grand slam off of Luke Weaver to really pull the Blue Jays away and give them a second straight victory against the New York Yankees. Like I mentioned in the intro, they are going for the series win tonight. First pitch should be scheduled just at around 7:07 Eastern Time, so stay tuned for that. But George Springer has been the story of the year for the Blue Jays. It's been phenomenal to watch. He is really regaining some of that magic that made him one of the best players in the game of baseball just a few years ago. So I'm glad that George Springer is back. It's been a lot of fun to watch as a Blue Jay fan. They are headed in the right direction, and George Springer is a big part of that. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out. Again, 97% of you are not subbed to the channel, and we are close to my goal of 3K. Let's go, Blue Jays. The support has been unbelievable. This pennant race, even though we're still in July here, early July at that, it's a lot of fun. And hopefully we get some very competitive, exciting baseball down the stretch. And I'll have you covered every step of the way. Make sure to keep it locked on 3 Up, 3 Down, and I'll see you all tomorrow.